Hello, I am Dave, aka Ghostfeet, and welcome to Let's Play Stellaris. So I imagine many of you already have a good idea what this game's about and have been looking forward to it as much as I have, but if not, it's the newest grand strategy game from Paradox Dev Studio, and it's a little bit different from a lot of their previous games in that it is science fiction themed, obviously, rather than historical, and it also incorporates elements of 4X games like Civilization or Masters of Orion, to choose another science fiction-y example. But I think that's about enough intro. Let's just go ahead and get started quickly here. So rather than choose one of the pre-made races or trust to the random button, I have created a custom race of my own, the Bothrian administration here, who are a reptilian race, who are ruled by a science director. We have various traits here, which I'll explain the significance of once we get into the game. We like red lasers and hyperspace travel and live on ocean worlds. So let's get started. We'll probably just stay with the default options here: medium galaxy, elliptical, galaxy shape, 17 AI empires, all of this stuff. I'm sure there will be plenty of future Let's Plays where we can play with the various different settings. The Bothrian administration. In the eons since the first primitive Bothrian communities took shape in the archipelagos and lagoons of Alvo, our civilization has spread and prospered. Through scientific progress, we have managed to stamp out the superstitions that rule the minds of our ancestors. As reason and rational thought spread among our people, the inefficient nation-states that we had until then organized ourselves were disbanded, and a council of our most accomplished scientists was gathered to rule in their stead. Now, after the discovery of the hyperlane network, the finest minds of the Bothrian administration have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp.
Greetings, Director. I am Veer, a prototype synthetic intelligence developed by the finest minds of our civilization to serve as your advisor. I shall endeavor to perform my duties with the utmost efficiency.
Alright, so I am going to leave the full tutorial on here, though I may skip a lot of the individual messages and explain things myself, but the tutorial gives us like a framework kind of for the early game. It gives us basically some quests. It'll make sure that I don't forget to explain any important game elements or anything like that.
You will have my full support.
Good to know.
The Star Empire can be a daunting task. To help get things started.
Okay, so he wants us to survey our home system here, which does not mean just look at it. We have to actually send a science ship out to scan all of these planets. So
this is our homeworld and the capital of our empire. The planet's summary screen, which we are currently looking at, provides an overview of the planet's important statistics.
Yes, thank you. So yes, this is our homeworld. We have a construction ship,
which is used to construct space,
which we'll get to in a minute. But this science ship is what we're going to use to survey
this is our science ship,
the system,
which is used to survey astronomical objects such as planets in a star system.
Yes, thank you. So we can just send it to each individual planet to survey, but there's a much more convenient survey system button, which we'll use, and we'll queue up all of these commands to go around every single astronomical body in our system and survey them individually.
Is where we will be directing our research efforts.
But yes,
technologies are categorized into 3 different fields, with each field typically having 3 available research options.
as the man said, we do have 3 available fields of research, and the tech tree in this game works a bit differently than it does in, say, Civilization, for example, in that it's not really a tree. You just get an assortment of options to choose from, basically at random, though it's weighted randomness, in 3 different fields: physics, society, and engineering. So let's just choose whatever looks good here. Solar panel network. This is something that we can build in our space stations to give us more energy. Let's explain what the resources are, I guess. We have energy credits, minerals. These are our 2 main resources. Basically, energy credits are going to be used to upkeep all of our fleets, our space stations, our buildings, all that kind of stuff. And minerals are used to actually build things mostly. And we get those by building mining networks. We get the energy credits mostly by building power stations and harvesting them from planets and that kind of thing. And the other resource here is influence, which is a little bit different. This is much more of a limited resource, and we spend this mostly to get leaders and build frontier outposts and stuff, which we'll get to. And these are the various technology points that we get, which we use to contribute to these researches. So for physics research, I think we'll first go with the solar panel network because this will help out with our energy generation, which I find to be important. For society research, we'll go for colony ships immediately, which I think is usually a good idea, even though it's a bit more expensive than the other research options. I think getting started with colonization early is a good idea. And for engineering, what do we have? We can get ion thrusters, which I guess will allow us to speed up our ships. We can get the engineering facility, which is going to help us with science. Okay, so we'll get that started, and let's unpause and let our science ship start surveying our system.
To overcome the vast distances that separate star systems, our scientists have developed the hyperdrive. This device permits travel at speeds far exceeding that of light between systems connected by hyperlanes.
Okay, so this is about our system of FTL faster than light travel, which is via hyperlanes. If we can zoom out here and look at our place in the galaxy, we look very insignificant on this scale, of course, but with our method of FTL travel, we're limited to travel along these lanes connecting stars. There are other methods which are the warp drive, I think, which means we could go anywhere, but I think it's a bit slower, maybe. And the other method is via wormhole gates, which means you can instantaneously travel between points, but you have to actually build and maintain the wormhole stations. So we won't be venturing outside of our system just yet. Alright, so we have scanned our first planet, the planet Grocht, which appears to be a gas giant, and it actually has 2 energy credits on here, which we can collect by building a mining station in orbit, so let's get that done immediately. It costs us 90 minerals to do this. We can afford that. We're making 7 minerals per month.
To our success.
Is it per month, I assume?
Not merely as a product of unfettered technological progress, but as your trusted advisor, and, I suspect, your only true friend.
Thanks, Veer, but I'm already doing research.
The situation log displays a list of all currently available.
We should talk about the situation log, which is kind of like a quest log. So we have our technology research. He wants us to research New Worlds Protocol. That's the colony ship technology, which we are already researching, and we're also in the process of surveying our home system. In fact, we can probably just go to fastest speed here. So apparently there's nothing interesting on this little moon here. Mining station. Okay, so he wants us to build a mining station. We're already taking care of this as well. And we found minerals on this asteroid, it looks like. That's good.
As an astute observer may already have noticed, habitable planets are divided into a number of surface tiles. Tiles can generate resources, but we will need planetary buildings to get the most out of them. Very good. The new mining station.
Yes, we've built our mining station. So, planetary buildings. Let's, for the first time, check out our surface of our home planet here.
See a visual representation of this planet's surface, divided into tiles. This tab is only visible on colonies and surveyed worlds that are habitable. Each pop occupies a single tile, which means that there can never be more pops on a planet than there are free tiles.
So we have pops on these various tiles. Obviously these are blocked off for now. They can be cleared later and we can put them to use. But the little resource indicator here, it says what resource these produce. We're producing 5 energy here, 5 energy here. Or food, which isn't shown up here, but it just sort of contributes to population growth on the planet. And it's obviously important to have food so that all of these lovely reptilian people can eat. So did he want us to actually build a planetary building? Yes, he did. Okay. Well, let's get started and do that then. So we can see that we have buildings in a lot of these tiles already, such as power plants here and a hydroponics farm. So let's see, we have a pop working this tile, but we don't have a building there, so we could build something here. This one is currently growing, so we don't have a pop there yet. Basically, you need to have a pop in the same tile as a building to
Some buildings may cause
work it.
adjacency effects to other buildings in neighboring.
Yes, so some buildings can help neighboring buildings like the planetary administration here. But for now, we'll improve this tile by building a hydroponics farm here, which will fulfill that little quest. So our survey continues. We found more energy over here. That's pretty good. 3 energy is nice. Let's get our construction ship over there to...
Mining stations are used to extract the minerals and strategic resources of the object they orbit.
I accidentally clicked the mining station instead of the construction ship. That's fine. It's on the actual planet, not the moon, I think. We'll build a mining station there. Will help out with our energy income. We have quite a lot of planets in our starting system here. Hopefully they have some more resources.
An anomaly. From time to time, our science ships will discover strange things while surveying worlds. These can be researched by scientists, but be certain their skills are up to the task.
Interesting indeed. Okay, so our scientists did just level up. Let's take a look at the Leaders tab.
The Empire screen lists the planets of...
Okay, thank you.
The Leaders tab lets us hire...
So as he was going to say, we can hire governors, scientists, admirals, and generals on this screen. We can have 11 possible leaders. We currently have a whole bunch of scientists because we have 1 assigned to each of our research fields and 1 commanding our science ship. So we won't need to hire any of these yet, but we will later. Recruiting them costs influence. And let's see, the anomaly is over here. Okay. During the survey of our home system, we found something on Tishak that did not match earlier observations made from our home world. So we can order our science ship to immediately research this anomaly, which will put off its survey of the rest of the system, but I think we will, because usually these are worth doing. We'll see what happens. It won't take him too long, and our construction ship is about to finish.
Excellent. Construction has been finished on
Building.
our new planetary building, and it should now begin producing resources.
Okay, so we're getting more food on our home planet, which will make our pops grow faster, which is good. And the anomaly on Tishak turned out to be a natural geometrical formation. It almost looks like a marker showing the way forward. The natural beauty of the universe can be quite astonishing. We should continue to investigate these sorts of anomalies, however. Whenever we get the chance, it will most assuredly grant us new knowledge and technology. Astonishing. So I guess we don't get anything out of that.
Planets are sometimes blocked, preventing their use. Clearing a tile blocker takes time and costs minerals and energy.
Okay, so I guess he wants us to clear a blocker on our home planet. So these are sprawling slums or industrial wastelands that we can, as I mentioned, clear away to get the use of these tiles. And I think we'll first of all clear this one to get the 2 energy here. We won't actually get the energy unless we have a pop on this tile, but we'll be able to get it later. It costs us minerals and energy and time to do this. And in fact, we don't have the minerals necessary, so let's wait a little while here. I guess we could get started building a mining satellite over here. Oh, of course, we don't have the minerals for that as well. Alright, well, we'll just wait then.
Yet another
Oh no, we did have the minerals to clear that. Never mind.
has been dealt with. That tile blocker never stood a chance.
Thanks, Veer.
Well done. The survey of our home system has been completed. We now have access to planetary data that the astronomers on our homeworld could only dream of a mere generation ago.
Yep, we are pretty great. Okay, so we don't yet have the minerals to build a mining station, but I'm going to send my construction ship over there anyway in preparation. Okay, our system has been fully surveyed. Construction has completed. So with our home system surveyed, I guess we should venture out into the stars. We'll get our science ship and send it to the neighboring system of Stellaris to survey that. I think this is the only system that's within our borders. You can see our borders are this circle, obviously, and it's sometimes a little bit difficult to tell whether a system is actually within our borders. If you look at the little hexagon connected by a line, that's what determines whether it's inside our borders or not. So that one is, this one isn't, obviously, but sometimes it can look like a star is while it actually isn't.
We should continue our exploration efforts. I recommend
I'm already on top of it, Veer, thank you.
We may want to consider building a second science ship. This would double the speed at which we can survey our galactic neighborhood.
Okay, that's a pretty good idea, I guess. Let's go into our
The spaceport tab
Spaceport.
is orbiting fleets, build new ships.
Yep. we are about to build new ships. We also have slots for modules here on our spaceport. We have laser defense module already. We don't have the ability to build any yet. We have to research those. But we are researching solar panel modules, I think, which we'll be able to build there. So we'd like to build another science ship. We don't yet have the minerals for it. And I guess we'll build the science ship before we build the mining station. Mass extinction, our first stumbling steps into the void beyond Alvo. We're not motivated solely by curiosity or desire to conquer the unknown or a need to leave our mark on the galaxy. The biosphere of Alvo has undergone rapid changes in the past few centuries, and prominent scientists warn that Alvo may be faced with the beginnings of a mass extinction event, that cyclical purging of life that is inseparable from planetary existence in the greater cosmos. A research plan has been put together to study a number of planets rendered uninhabitable by major astronomical incidents or planet-bound catastrophes. We hope that by reconstructing these events, a similar fate may be avoided. For Alvo and the Bothrian race, it falls to you as Director of the Bothrian Administration to ensure that this expedition is carried out. Consult the situation log for details.
Situation log updated.
So, we are able to go through this quest line, which I don't know what actually the result of this is, but we'll have a look at it. Let's see where these various planets are that they want us to survey. Pretty far away, it looks like, so this is probably a thing that we will get started on somewhat later on. And for now, we'll stick to our immediately neighboring area.
A healthy supply of minerals and energy credits is critical to the well-being of any interstellar power. We should take steps to increase our production of these resources. System survey complete.
We should take steps, and we are. Alright, so we have surveyed the system, we have energy available, which is good. We can build mining stations in those places to take advantage of that. And I guess we'll just head off to the next system. So this is the first one outside our borders. If we find resources here, we will not be able to exploit them until we expand our borders over there. But it's good to know they're there, at least. So let's get our mining station built first. Or, no, we were waiting for the science ship? No, it's obviously better to build a mining station first. Surely. And we can probably also look at building something on our surface here to increase mineral output. In fact, this pop is about to mature, which means we'll start working this tile and get more minerals that way.
Anomaly found.
And we found another anomaly. There is significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rifts look almost like writing. Let's go check this out. This is in the new system that we just started surveying. And I think we'll put the survey on hold to research this. So there is a failure risk of 22%, which is reduced by the scientists being higher level, and they can have special traits as well that can reduce failure risk further. But I think we'll just take the 22% risk and research this. Basically, if it fails, nothing really bad happens. We just lose the opportunity to gain any benefits from that anomaly. So for research production tutorial, they want us to have plus 10 energy income and 30 mineral income. That's fine. We'll get started on working towards that. But it will be a little while before this pop grows to maturity. Oh, and we have failed. Science Officer Zero has reported that the origin of the scarring that was observed on the surface of Orfel 1 turned out to be natural after all. So the ship needs a new assignment. It actually doesn't need a new assignment. It's going to continue with its survey that was interrupted. Ooh, the discovery of alien life. The CUS Zomba has made a startling find on Orfel 3. The planet is teeming with alien life for the first time in history. We've encountered life forms that did not originate on Alvo. This amazing discovery has silenced those who believed we were alone in the universe. Although none of the alien creatures found on Orfel 3 are sentient, it is likely only a matter of time before we encounter beings that are. So we gain some extra society research, which is good.
System survey complete.
And in fact, we were lucky enough to find a habitable world. It's an ocean planet, and it's 80% habitable, which is pretty good. That it limits the max happiness of populations on the planet, but 80% is pretty much as good as we can usually expect to find for habitable planets, I think. So that'll probably be the destination for our first colony ship. We'll expand our borders in this direction. We'll go survey this system now, I think. Also, we found a planet with society research available, which we'll be able to exploit by building a research station in orbit there. The Bothrian administration is abuzz with news of the alien organisms discovered by the Zombo some time ago. While far from intelligent, there is life out there. Yes.
Alien vessel. We have discovered
okay.
spacefaring alien entities that may or may not be intelligent. But, let's face it, probably are.
Okay, so we can investigate these aliens that we have apparently just met. I assume in the system that we just went to? Nope. In the Mendoc system. It was there, okay. We flag these as alpha aliens until we can learn more about them, so we gain a special project we can work on there. News of alien ships humming through the ether have reached Alvo, and in many ways ending the first chapter of the book of the Bothrian administration's bid for a stellar empire.
Surveyed worlds sometimes possess unique properties that make them valuable objects of research.
Yep.
These physics.
We can get science from there, that's fine. Okay, so it was in this system, we just hadn't quite seen it yet. And they are hostile, so we're going to have to get out of here. In fact, our ship will already be automatically retreating. So we'll send it over to this system instead to survey that. And I think we'll get started on researching this special project to investigate them. Although that will put our society research on hold, and as I mentioned, I think colony ships are very important, so maybe we should wait until we have this done first. No, we'll research the aliens, that's fine. It's only 180 days. So we'll stay out of there until we know what's going on. I forget what the strength of this alien fleet was. I think our military fleet is weaker. We have 69 military power here. I think theirs was 100 and something. So we won't be able to send our ships immediately to go and wipe them out.
Situation log updated.
Oh, we found more aliens, which we're going to call beta aliens until we know what they actually are. They are also hostile, apparently. Alright, so it looks like there's a few ships and a little station here. So who knows what their deal is. I guess we're going to head off in this direction then to survey. Hopefully they don't follow us. Alright, we found alien vessels. And that system is fully surveyed. So maybe we'll wait to research the beta aliens until after our colony research is done. An unidentified object has been directed on a direct course towards the unknown system. Mass extinction noxious planet. Allegedly, this planet's flora and fauna choked on their own poisonous emissions, likely helped along by the release of reactive gases from beneath the planet's crust. A special project is being issued to investigate the matter.
Situation log updated.
Ah, I saw the ship just going through the depths of space there. I see. So I guess we found one of these mass extinction planets. Oh, there was one within our own borders the whole time. Okay. We'll be able to investigate that at some point, but we'll put it on hold for the moment, maybe. Actually, this is our sign ship right here, and it's already in the right system, so why don't we just investigate this immediately? Send him over there to research the project. Okay, so we have quite a few minerals available again. We should probably spend them. And I think, let's see, was it +3 energy available from the star in the system? It was, okay. We'll build a mining station there. Obviously, +3 is better than +2, assuming numbers work the same way in space.
We have established communications with alien beings. What a time to be alive, or in my case, powered on.
I do like the tutorial, actually. It is pretty funny at times. Crystalline entities. The reports of strange free-floating crystal-like objects observed in certain systems have been investigated. The ship-sized objects and their slightly smaller but equally crystal-like satellites at first appeared inert, but sudden shifts in their orientation relative to our ships and new energy signatures emerging from within the prisms indicate that they should be regarded as hazardous and approached with caution. We can either attempt to engage with the potentially dangerous objects directly, or establish remote surveillance and observe them from a safe distance. So we are a science directorate here. We do like science, so we should probably investigate the crystalline entities instead of just blowing them up.
Situation log updated.
Okay, so we have crystalline entity observation available. This is going to take up our physics research slot, which I think is going to be less important than our society research, so I don't mind too much putting that on hold for the time being to get this done. Okay, our science ship will be finished investigating
Special project complete.
pretty quickly here. The cracks in the planet's crust, first presumed to be the result of significant tectonic activity, are actually the lasting marks of impossibly large roots burrowing through the Earth. At some point in the distant past, a freak mutation, possibly deliberately induced by sentient beings, though it is unlikely they could have predicted the result, caused the native plant life to grow out of control. Many of these plants reproduce through pollination, with countless gametes carried by currents through the lower atmosphere. While this process was originally only cause for mild irritation, the exponential increase in atmosphere-borne particles effectively choked the life out of all animals on the planet in a matter of months. Killed by pollen. Sounds pretty terrible. Okay, so our science ship is done with this. We can now send it off to survey this system, perhaps?
Special project complete.
And the crystalline entities are unbreakable, apparently. The name itself is a compromise between rival factions of xenobiologists and xenogeologists in Alvo. They are probably alive. An earlier and perhaps more descriptive name for them was silicate animate matter. As they have little in common with biological life, they are solitary beings. Each individual crystal sovereign rarely seen with more than a sentinel and a smaller cohort entity. Aside from the cohort and sentinel clearly being subservient to the sovereign of the group, the subtle nuances of the crystal entities' socio-hierarchical relationships are lost on us. They don't seem to mate, and we have yet to observe any crystals that are recognizably older or younger. Alright, so we get the crystal sonar modifier to our empire, and we can spend... that means we can spend 30 energy to instantly survey any crystalline entity system when entered. Okay. Well, that's good, I suppose. Yeah, let's see here. We're almost done building the mining station here. We'll go and build a mining station on this other planet as well. So we're coming close to the 10 energy per month that we need to fulfill the requirements here. But we're still a bit away from the mineral income, so we should probably focus on that. And this pop that was growing has reached maturity, so we are getting 3 minerals from that, but we can improve it by building a mining network. So I think we will. Will give us an extra +2. This costs 1 energy to upkeep, so that's basically the balance that you're working on. Costs energy to upkeep all of your buildings. Okay, we have our mining station, and we've fully surveyed this system, where it looks like there is absolutely nothing interesting going on, no resources or habitable planets of any kind. Okay. Well, I guess we'll continue on in this direction then. Go survey this system, and when you're done with that, you can continue on to this system.
Research complete.
And we finished our first research. The engineering facility, which lets us upgrade science labs, I believe. So what do we choose next? So we can unlock nuclear missiles, deep space outposts, which allows us to build defensive platforms in space. Geothermal fracking, which allows us to upgrade mining networks. This could be useful for increasing our mineral output. Or we can unlock Bothrian refining, which will reveal a special strategic resource on the map. We have 0 of these at the moment, and basically how these work is they give us access to special buildings or units or weapons, as long as we have access to the strategic resource. So we'll want to get that at some point, but it'll pop up again probably. I think for now we'll go for geothermal fracking. Be able to increase our mining output.
Situation log updated.
And we've encountered some form of alien vessel in the Strati system. It looks like these guys aren't hostile. They're neutral. We'll call them gamma aliens for now. Okay. Well, I think we'll leave it there for this first episode. I think we got quite a lot done, but not yet. We haven't not yet expanded beyond our home system, so hopefully we'll get that done pretty quickly. We are pretty close to getting the colony ships technology researched. But yes, that's going to be it for this first episode, and this being the first episode in a series means it's especially helpful if you want to click the like button. It really helps out with search rankings and stuff on YouTube. And of course you can subscribe for more videos like this, but you know how YouTube works. In any case though, thanks for watching, and join me again next time.